It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe. It's the artist vibe, it's the artist vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Marvelous Beats.
That was amazing. Let's start over. Hey, everyone, and welcome to the first Artist Vibe Showcase. I'm your host, Tinesi Minikon, and I'm so excited to be here and even more excited to see you all online tonight. We have an amazing show for you all. And as you just saw, that magical performance by Marvelous Beats, who I will be speaking with shortly. And later in the show, I'll be interviewing Janelle Washington of the Washington Cuts, which I'm definitely looking forward to. And we also have a Q&A section at the end, along with giveaways. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, let me introduce to you again the man behind the violin, Mr. Marvelous Beats. How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, sorry, I had to unmute myself real quick there. I'm doing well, thank you so much.
We're having problems this evening.
It's all good.
Your performance was so amazing. I truly enjoyed it. You did a great job. You killed it.
Thank you so much.
I see a whole bunch of comments. Everyone loves it. You did a great job.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody. So we want to find out who this man behind the violin is. So you gotta tell me a little bit about yourself, about your background, where you're from.
Yeah, so I originally am from New York. That's where I grew up, did all my schooling. My family background is Jamaican. Both my parents are from Jamaica. So shout out to all my roots out there, to my Caribbeans out there. I came out to my current location, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV, for those that don't know. I came out here back in 2013. I came out here for actually go to school. After I graduated from school with my architecture degree, I ended up, just playing around town, my violin. And, everything pretty much took off from there. That's pretty much like the short story, if you will.
Nice. I like that architecture. That's what I went to school for, and I'm not doing that at all either. But
we're in the same club. We're in the same club then.
Both the architects. But anyway, when did you start playing the violin? And
sorry, I didn't cut you. So yeah, as long as the story goes, I started playing when I was 7 years old. Okay. And I started playing because my older sister, she's about a year and a half older than me. At the time, she had started playing first. And at that time, I was super impressionable by my sister. So, like anything she did, I wanted to do. So I tried playing. It was private lessons, and I was very fortunate enough to have my parents be able to provide that. So I just pretty much just took it off from there. My teacher thought I was pretty much a natural. So I just kept playing. My sister ended up switching her passion, her time to go do more dance, because that was really her passion. And I just kept playing. I just kept playing violin. And, before I knew it, I was playing from grade school to middle school, on to high school. And then I took a break after high school. I actually stopped playing because I went to college and, that whole thing.
Okay, so your sister was your main influence for starting the violin. That's so awesome that you had that big of an impact on you at that age. So is there anyone you would love to collaborate with or work with that you haven't yet?
It's funny, actually. The two records I just played, I would love to work with Bruno Mars, and I would love to work with Billie Eilish. I think they're both super talented, and they have a sound that I just love. Like that sound is awesome. Other than that, I have a lot of influences outside of violin, or more so with hip hop production. So on that side of the game, I'm looking at like Timbaland, Pharrell, those kind of Kanye. That list goes on forever. I can go on DJ Premier. I could talk forever about those guys, man.
Oh, wow. So where are some places you've performed, and where are you looking forward to performing next? Or do you have any upcoming shows that, everybody can
see? In the past, I mostly, if you're from the DMV, pretty much any of the regular venues, stuff like Tacoma Tavern, the Fillmore in Silver Spring, man, there's so many. Pure Lounge, Red Lounge. I'm pretty just gonna hop around, and I play with other bands too, other artists. Not just doing my own shows. So another places, Marvin's Room, Marvin's Pub. That's on U Street.
Yep.
And so in the future, it's really wide open. The most recent one I did was a virtual show at the DC9 Club. There wasn't anybody in attendance, but it was, broadcasted. So hopefully when things start to pick back up, I'll just be in the mix everywhere in the DMV.
Will be, and we'll be looking out for you too. We'll definitely be looking out for you. So how can people find you out there? Website, social media? How can people find you?
Probably the easiest way is marvbeats.com, spelled M as in Mary, ARV as in Victory, Beats, BEATS.com. And you can find anything you need from me there, like social media, booking, albums, videos, it's all there.
Awesome. So thank you so much for being here. You're gonna bless us with another performance right now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So everyone enjoy. All right, take it away.
All right. So we're gonna slow it down for this one, y'all. The other two are a little more upbeat. So let's go something a little smoother, something a little more romantic.
Amazing. Y'all show him some love in the comments, reactions, send him some hearts. That was great. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Absolutely.
I love that song too. You did a great job. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all show some love once again. Mr. Marvelous Beats. Next up, we have Miss Janelle Washington. Let me give you a little intro about her. Janelle Washington is a self-taught paper cut artist whose artwork explores themes of history, identity, and beauty in the African American culture. Please give her a warm welcome by showing her some love. Welcome, Janelle.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So happy to have you here. I've seen some of your pieces. They are all amazing. I'm definitely going to be placing my order soon, especially for the profile silhouette. It's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, so let's dive right in. I'm gonna ask you some questions. We want to know all about you, your background. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
All right. She said, my name is Janelle Washington. I am originally from Richmond, Virginia, and I currently live in Alexandria, Virginia right now.
Okay.
I've been paper cutting for about 8 years. I'm self-taught. I went to VCU. I actually have a major in fashion design. So I was a fashion designer for about 10 to 11 years and kind of fell into paper cutting.
Wow.
So
how did you transition from fashion design to paper cutting?
Oh, well, it's a very unique story. The company that I was working for, the creative director there, she wanted to have a show and tell. She wanted all of the artists to come in and bring in artwork that we created on our own and kind of just show and tell, to the rest of our coworkers. And so I was really interested in origami and did some research on paper art and that kind of thing. And I found paper cutting, and I created, my first paper cut wasn't, glamorous or anything close to what I do now, but, it was a good start. And I really liked doing it. And I showed it and everyone loved it. And I just kind of decided that this would be something that I wanted to explore a little more. And I've been doing it ever since. So.
Oh, wow. So if you could explain to us exactly what paper cutting is, because some people may not know and maybe their first time ever hearing about it. So.
Sure. Or paper cutting is basically cutting your design out of paper. The best way to think of it is like when you're a child and you're making a snowflake and you fold your paper and you cut your design. That is one part of paper cutting, is the folding. I don't necessarily fold my paper. I draw my design out and then I cut it out of paper. I'll use black paper or white paper. Sometimes I will add color to the back. So it's a play with negative and positive spaces in your artwork. You learn everything your design needs to connect so that nothing completely falls out. So that's basically paper cutting. It's an easy, you just use an X-Acto knife, whatever paper that you have. You have blades and a ruler and a pencil. It's some of the simplest things that we all have. That you can use for paper cutting. So that was it was easy for me to move into that because I already had all the necessary tools.
Right, exactly. That's really cool. That is an interesting story. But so what types of themes do you typically pursue with your artwork?
I love doing portraits of people, silhouettes, which is basically the side profile of your face, or the outline of your body. I love themes of, Black culture, specifically Black women, natural hair. I love doing anything that I've learned in Black history. I'll figure out a way to incorporate it into my artwork, symbols, patterns, that kind of thing. All of that finds its way some way into my artwork, but it's all themed from African American culture.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Do you have any artwork that you can show us tonight and show us how you walk us through the process on how you?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
So first I start off with an initial sketch. First I start off this particular one. I start off with a picture. Okay. This was for a project. It's called Cuttober. Every October, there's a list that's made of different prompts, and you create art based off of these prompts. So this one was moon. So I took a picture of myself thinking I'm gonna hold the moon. And then I did a sketch of myself actually holding the moon. And then that will go down on black paper and will get cut out and it'll look like this.
Oh, okay.
So the black part is the paper cut, and then the white is the paper that's behind it. So I better.
That's beautiful.
Another explanation. This is a self-portrait that I did.
Oh, I
So
love
as you
that.
can see, the paper is taped down to the white. So the black is the actual art, and then the white is just the background to hold it together.
Wow, that's so creative. Very creative.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for walking us through that. Like, do you have any favorite artists or anybody that you want to be compared to?
I don't necessarily want to be compared to anybody. A lot of people, when they see my art, they automatically think of Cara Walker, just because I think she's the only other Black artist out there that works with paper a lot, that is kind of, current. So I do love her artwork. Our themes are definitely different, but they're still based on African-American history. So she is an artist that I love. Let's see, I love Faith Ringgold, Jacob Lawrence, Augusta Savage. And those are, I can't say that I'm really inspired. I guess I like the stories that they tell of Black people and how they do it. And I just try to figure out my own way and have my own voice in showing my own art. I can't necessarily say that I use any of their type of skills and techniques in my artwork. But I do, they're on a high list of artists that I like.
Right.
And there's other people out there like Kendi Wiley that's out. I love his use of color. So yeah.
Check some of them out as well. So do you have a dream project or a dream client that you just been dying to work with or create art for?
Not necessarily, I guess, a dream client. I've gotten into doing installations at different centers. I would love to do larger pieces. A lot of my pieces are, I guess, medium size, anything that I can carry just because of size wise. But I would love to do a mural in my hometown, Richmond. I don't know why I'm really drawn to doing that. They've kind of started doing different murals all over. And I would love to be a part of that. I would love to do that in my own style. If I don't paint it up, then I would like to have someone paint it for me, but it's my design. So either way, I've never done one. So it's like awesome. It's something I would like to do. I don't know why, but I think it's just, that's a huge permanent thing, that's there. It's a work of art in your city. So
definitely
that's something that I would like to do.
Okay, awesome. So what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment to date with your artwork?
I guess just getting more jobs, more people seeing me. Last year, I did a silhouette for the Oprah magazine of Breonna Taylor. Wait. And sorry, I did a silhouette for her, and it was in the September issue of the O magazine. So that kind of was like, I never put that down. That's a big thing. Yeah.
Yes,
So that's a huge accomplishment for me to do that. And currently I am illustrating a book with Macmillan Publishing. So that is another kind of big accomplishment because that's something I've never done before. And it is a lot of work, a lot of drawing. And, just takes a very long time to do. And so that's something that has really stretched me and helped me to grow. So, just what I've done so far is a huge pat on the back for myself.
Yes. For that. That's such a big deal. So what would you say is next for you? Like, what's next for you? Mural in Richmond.
I've applied for some art. I've done some artist calls where it's basically where, a museum or a gallery or something will open up for artists to send their artwork in and you submit your art and then they decide who's going to be in it. So I have two that I'm waiting on. One is with the Phillips collection in DC and the other one is with the Portrait Gallery, the Smithsonian in Washington, DC. So fingers crossed that my artwork gets accepted, but
it will be. Claim it. It will be.
So I'm waiting for that. And just continuing to have my art exhibited. I have a solo show coming up in this next month in April at Downing Gross Community Art Center in Newport News, Virginia. So this is my second show. I'm very excited about it. So, more shows. I like exhibiting. I like having my artwork up, that kind of thing. So just continuing to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, there's nothing like, having people see your artwork in person. So
Right.
Definitely keep us posted. But how can people find you? Besides your website, social media, like how can
yes, you can find me on Instagram under Washington Cuts. So it's Washington CUTS, and it's all one word. And that's also the name of my website, www.washingtoncuts.com. I'm on Twitter. I don't really do that much on Twitter. And I also have an Etsy shop, Washington Cuts, where I sell prints. I sell some smaller paper cuts. And also I do custom artwork, custom portraiture artwork for people. So yeah, you can find me there.
Website, right? People can
Yes, I do take orders on my website and also through Etsy.
Perfect. So I want to close out this interview with a little fun game of
Okay.
rapid fire questions. Are you down for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so it's very simple. Let me start with the first one.
Okay.
Text or talking? Texting
Text.
or talking?
A text.
New school. Okay. Favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Invisibility or super strength?
Super strength.
Who's your favorite artist?
Favorite artist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pick one from the list. Myself.
Right? There you go. Yourself.
I'm already too full of myself.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
There are a lot of artists that I follow on Instagram, and I love each and every one of them. Like, they have their own style, and I appreciate the voice that they bring to the art world. So I can't say I have one favorite artist. I really do enjoy the artwork that people put out. It's really, it's just added beauty to this world. So
that's awesome. I mean, nothing wrong with that. So, place you want to travel, dream vacation?
I wanted to go to Singapore. I mean, that's going to take a while to get there. Now we in lockdown,
but definitely keep it on the list.
Yes.
So, almost done. Cake or pie?
Oh, cake. I love cake.
What kind of cake?
Oh, I grew up calling it chocolate cake,
Okay.
but it's basically vanilla cake with chocolate ices.
What's your favorite season?
Oh, I'm a summer girl. Summer, yes. I like the heat. Yes.
Favorite number?
9.
9. Okay.
And my birth month.
Last question. Who's your favorite person?
My favorite person, my mom. I love my mom.
We always love mom. So that wasn't so bad, right?
No, it wasn't too bad. No.
Okay, so it's time to turn this over to the audience for the Q&A section. Please raise your hand if you would like to be on camera, or leave a question in the chat, and then I'll make sure to go ahead and read them. So let me see if there's anyone who has a question in the chat first. Ooh, let's see. Do you only show work in black and white?
I do not. I have started adding color to my artwork. Okay, so this is what I was grabbing for. So this is not what's in the Oprah magazine, but this was my own tribute to Breonna Taylor. So I've been using tissue paper to back it. So I have been incorporating more color, and even with the faces now. When I started off, it was the faces, I just did black and white, and now I've kind of learned and grown to add color to kind of mimic, melanin. So yeah, I've been doing that more. But black and white is a classic and it's a beauty. So I like doing all of it,
Okay. someone asked, can we see more art pieces? You just showed us a couple, but
Oh,
you got more to show?
yes.
Mhm.
So for solo show, you can see that.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a paper cut that will be shown. All the paper cuts are for this particular show are. I was inspired by Gwendolyn Brooks's poem, "The Second Sermon on the Warpland." So if you have time, you can look that up and read it. So some of these paper cuts are directly from some of the words that are in the poem. I don't know if you can see that, but this is so yeah. So now I'm just kind of adding some color in different pieces. So that's an actual like a comb with a flowers on it.
That is beautiful. I love that. And then let's see. How do you involve family and art, if you do? That's from Tina Stewart.
Well, if I need pictures of people, I would usually ask my family and you know friends for photos. I like to use actual real people's pictures when I do portraiture. So like this is actually my nephew.
Oh,
so this is one of the pieces that is in the solo show.
I love the headpiece.
So it's basically flower crowns, and you're blooming throughout this whirlwind based on, like I said, her poem where it talks about the difficulties of life, and you're kind of in this whirlwind, but for you to continue to kind of blossom and bloom no matter the difficulties that are thrown your way. So I'm showing younger people with flower crowns in their head, kind of showing them still growing, you know, no matter each child has their own set of circumstances that they live through or family issues, but they're still blossoming and they're still blooming. So yeah, I love to, you know, I use pictures of my family. So that was
okay, great. Let's see. Have any portraits been difficult for you to create? From Doris Minikon, my sister.
Only if the picture is not really clear, if I can't really see everything. There's some paper cutters that really, they know how to add all the highlights, like your shadows and a lot of lines that kind of emphasizes different parts of your face. I personally don't do that for myself. I find that difficult for me to kind of really understand where all those lines go, because if I do them, they don't look good to me. So I try to keep it simple. And I think that basically comes from my fashion background, or really kind of taught to focus on those things that I guess make the person beautiful or really enhances it. So I just try to stick with a very simple portraiture, you know, or face, or just the lines, that kind of thing. But yeah, there have been some that were pretty difficult. Even one for my nephew, I had a couple of pictures. His eyes are kind of squinty, so it was hard to get a clear picture where his eyes were big enough that I could actually draw it out and then actually cut it out, because you don't want it to be too small. You know, you accidentally slice something off. You gotta either start over or try to fix it.
Do you, someone else asked, Sanita DeBose, forgive me if I messed up your name, but do you teach your craft?
I do. I've started doing workshops. I'm probably going to work on maybe doing workshops for myself. Right now I'm doing it through other community centers or, you know, groups. I'll be doing a workshop this summer in June with Art Space in North Carolina, and that would be virtual. That would be for 6th to 8th grade, and then 8th to 12th grade. 12th grade. And then I have another workshop in May. I forgot the name of the college. It's a college in Ohio. It's for adults. But if you go to my website, I'll have all that stuff posted. There's still openings if you want to do a workshop or be, you know, participate. But I am looking into doing it for myself, just on my own terms.
Okay, and please note, everybody, you can find Janelle's website and Marvelous Beats website on fasmarketplace.com. So just in case you're looking for that, you can go find out all the information on there. Also, there's someone, Brooke wants to ask a question on video. Let's see, there's Brooke. I thought I just saw oh, there she is.
Hi, Brooke.
Yeah, hi. This is the first session I've been to with the Artist Vibe, and it's more of a general question for Tinesi, you interview all types of artists and musicians. I thought it was a great combination to do the music and the art, and very inspiring, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is our first showcase, so definitely stay tuned. We have one every month, so make sure you join us every month. We'll be here. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see, who else do we have? Wendy Anderson is asking, what's the typical turnaround time for an order?
For an order, if I do a simple silhouette, just your face, 2 weeks max, but I usually get it done within a week. I like to try to send out a proof for you to be like, yes, you captured me beautifully, or, you know, I don't want that lump on my head showing. So, but anything a little more detailed, where I really get more of the eyes and hair and that kind of thing, 2 to 3 weeks. But the fastest turnaround is just a simple silhouette. Like I said, either 1 week or 2 weeks, but you know, it just depends on how many orders I already have lined up before yours. But
okay, I think let's take one more question from Douglas Peach. What kinds of tools do you use to make various types and sizes of cuts?
I use a regular X-Acto knife that you can buy at any craft store. A pencil, and then I have, it's a self-healing mat, so it's just a green mat on one side and black on the other. When you cut it heals basically, so it's not, it doesn't get all cut up. And whatever paper you can find, I like paper that's about 60 pounds in weight. It's not too thick. You don't want it to be too thick because that really kind of wears on your wrist. And lots of blades. I go through a lot of these. I keep them in a jar. These are all the used blades that I have used over the last couple of years. But yeah, they're just simple tools. Just, you know, mainly this is my trusty X-Acto blade and craft knife that I've used for years. I think I had this in high school, actually.
Oh, wow.
You know, they're inexpensive, and, you know, you just continue to get the blades. So,
right, and just replace them. Okay, awesome. So now we're gonna do giveaways.
Oh, yay.
We're gonna see if the audience have been paying attention. So I'm gonna ask two questions. Whoever answers correctly will win a prize. You will win the Artist Vibe t-shirt. So the first question is, what did Janelle major in before becoming a paper cut artist? What did she major in before in school?
Oh.
So the first person was Terry Weaver. So
all right, Terry. That was quick.
That was really quick. She says, woo. So the next question is, I think I may change this actually. The original one was, what is Janelle's dream project or client?
Yeah, that's probably a hard one to answer.
But yeah, that's kind of hard. Kind of, you know.
A lot of answers.
I'll pick one of the rapid fire questions. Let me make it easy for them. So the seventh question I asked her, she said was cake or pie. What did she choose? And what kind was her favorite?
So let me know if you're from Richmond.
Okay, so the first person that answered was Cuckoo's Beauty Supply. Did I say that right? Cuckoo's Beauty Supply. Yeah. Congrats, Cuckoo's Beauty Supply. So Terry and Cuckoo's Beauty Supply, please submit your contact information and your sizes to info@fasmarketplace.com, and then we will definitely send that out to you. Congratulations. So now it's time to say goodbye to Janelle. That was so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It was so good to meet you virtually.
Yes.
Your work is amazing. So don't forget to visit her website on washingtoncuts.com and her social media platforms as well. Thank you so much, Janelle.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all so much again for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us tonight. It's truly appreciated. Make sure you register online at fasmarketplace.com for the next show, which will be April 30th, same time, same place. And now we're going to close out with another performance, last performance of the night with the incredible, marvelous Beats. Until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and be blessed. Thank you all.
Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate it so much. Catch y'all the next show. All right, y'all.